Winter can be harsh on our children's hair. The wind and the harsh cold air really sucks moisture out of their hair, causing it to be dry and brittle. So we really need to keep our little one's hair protected and moisturized to avoid any kind of breakage. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking you through my 9 tips on how to protect your child's hair this winter. Hey guys, it's Novella from Naturally Crowned. For all your kids' natural hair tips, advice and tutorials, you're in the right place. If you're new here, consider subscribing, and if you've already subscribed, thank you for sticking with me. Okay guys, tip number 1 is to use a satin lined winter hat. Now if you don't have a satin lined winter hat already, you could always use a scarf underneath their winter hats. So before you put their winter hat on, just put a satin scarf underneath their winter hat, and that can just work just as well. Tip number 2 is protective styling. Now during the winter is not the best time to leave your child's hair out because of the harsh winter cold air. It's really going to make their hair become dry, so putting their hair in a protective style will help to keep their hair protected, one, and secondly help them to retain moisture. Now the protective styles that you can do, for example, are 2-strand twists or plaits, or anything that's going to keep their ends tucked away and protected. Now for me, my favorite protective styles to do for my daughter is twists or plaits during the winter. Now if you haven't seen my protective style video, I'm going to link it in the top right hand corner of this video. Once you finish watching this, you can go and check that out. Another thing to note when you're doing protective styling for your child is to make sure that before you actually put your child's hair in a protective style, that you're really making sure that you moisturize your child's hair thoroughly. There's no point in putting your child's hair in a protective style if you haven't prepped their hair before the protective style. So I have a video on that actually. If you haven't seen that video, I'm going to link it in the top right hand corner of this video. It's just a video on how I prep my toddler's hair for a protective style. I'm going to show you in that video how I moisturize her hair thoroughly before I put her hair in a protective style. The other thing is, when your child's hair is in a protective style, you don't want to forget about moisturizing your child's hair. You still want to make sure that you're moisturizing your child's hair as often as needed, just to avoid any breakage. It's not a protective style if you're not going to still moisturize your child's hair. So as I said, make sure you moisturize your child's hair while it's in the protective style. That's going to give you the maximum protection and still keep moisture locked into your child's hair. Okay guys, so tip number 3 is to incorporate co-washing into your child's regime. Now co-washing is just washing your child's hair with conditioner. So for example, with my son during the winter, I like to co-wash his hair every other week. So if I'm washing his hair, for example, this Friday with shampoo, next week Friday I will co-wash his hair instead of using the shampoo. Now with co-washing, using conditioner only to wash your child's hair, that really adds that boost of moisture into their hair as well. In the winter, we're trying to maximize the amount of moisture we're putting into our child's hair. So tip number 4, depending on your child's porosity, using heat or steam can be very beneficial during the winter time. For example, if your child has low porosity hair, the cuticles are laying flat, so we need to open up the cuticles in order for moisture to penetrate into the strands easier. So using heat or steam will allow this to happen. So number 5 is deep conditioning. If you don't deep condition your child's hair any other time during the year, winter time, you definitely don't want to skip deep conditioning. Now with deep conditioning, is really going to help with that boost of moisture. It's really going to deep treat your child's hair and just give it all the nourishment it needs during the winter. So if you don't deep condition your child's hair, winter time is a time you definitely want to start deep conditioning. Tip number 6 is layering your products. Now layering your products this winter is really going to be beneficial for your child's hair. It's going to keep it moisturized and really add that protective barrier so that the harsh wind and cold air doesn't dry out their hair. Now my favorite layering method is the LCO method. So the L stands for liquid, which is your water. The C stands for the cream, which is your water-based moisturizer or cream. And the O stands for oil. Now that's my favorite method. Now there are so many other methods you can use, like the LOC method, but my favorite method is the LCO method, and I find this really protects my children's hair during the winter time. Adding that extra layer of protection during the winter is really going to help with moisture retention and really stop their hair from getting dry as well. Tip number 7, if you usually skip using a leave-in conditioner on your child's hair after washing their hair, I would really advise you to add the leave-in conditioner back into your child's regime. With the leave-in conditioner, it's really going to add that base moisture to your child's hair, so you definitely don't want to skip that. That's going to be a good base of moisture for your child's hair. Tip number 8 is doing a pre-poo, so that's a pre-shampoo treatment using an oil, or a hot oil treatment, again using an oil. Hot oil treatments and pre-shampoo treatments are great for adding shine to the hair and also preventing dry and brittle hair. So this winter you definitely want to add either a pre-shampoo treatment using your favorite oils or a hot oil treatment as well. Tip number 9, my final tip, is to make sure that your child doesn't leave the house with wet hair. You want to make sure that your child's hair is fully dry before they leave the house. Now, for obvious reasons, you don't want your child to catch a cold. The other thing is natural hair holds water and can freeze when wet and break off if the temperatures are too low. So that's it, guys. Those are my 9 top tips to protect your child's hair this winter. So if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and share it with anyone that you feel may benefit from this video. So guys, I'm gonna love and leave you, and I'm gonna see you next week Tuesday. Take care. Bye.